At 1:14 p.m., a journalist walked into a building to collect marriage papers. He never walked out. What happened inside would expose how power can erase a human being without erasing the evidence. On October 2, 2018, Istanbul was calm. The Beşiktaş district moved as usual. At 12:42 p.m., Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi arrived at the Saudi consulate with his fiancée, Hatice Genci. He was there for one reason: divorce documents required for their marriage. Expecting a short visit, he left his phone with Hatice and walked inside. At 1:14 p.m., the door closed behind him. That was the last time he was seen alive. Minutes passed, then an hour, then 2. Hatice waited. Jamal never returned. When Turkish officials contacted the consulate, Saudi staff claimed Jamal had already left, but surveillance cameras showed no such exit. A disappearance had turned into an international crisis. Turkish intelligence had something extraordinary. Audio recordings from inside the consulate. On the tapes, Saudi intelligence officer Maher Mutreb could be heard saying, "The animal has arrived." They discussed how many pieces the body would be cut into, how it would be disposed of. These recordings confirmed the unthinkable. Jamal Khashoggi was murdered inside the consulate. Jamal Khashoggi was not an enemy of Saudi Arabia. Born into a respected family in Medina, his grandfather was the personal doctor of Saudi Arabia's founding king. He studied journalism, worked with Saudi intelligence, reported from Afghanistan, and even met Osama bin Laden, trying, unsuccessfully, to steer him away from extremism. For years, Jamal served the Saudi royal family. But everything changed when he began calling for reforms: freedom of speech, women's rights, an end to fear. When Mohammed bin Salman rose to power, dissent became dangerous. Jamal criticized the Crown Prince openly, on Twitter, in interviews, and in columns for The Washington Post. He described Saudi Arabia as a country ruled by fear. He compared MBS's crackdown to Hitler's purge of rivals. In response, Jamal was silenced inside Saudi Arabia, so he went into exile. Unbeknownst to Jamal, a plan was already in motion. A 15-member Saudi hit squad, including a forensic doctor, flew to Istanbul on private jets. Consulate staff were sent home early. Rooms were prepared. The plan was simple: kill him, dismember him, erase him. Inside the consulate, Jamal resisted. He was drugged, then strangled. As he died, the men laughed. Music played while his body was cut into pieces. Black bags were prepared. Outside, Hatice waited, unaware that history had already been sealed. To cover the crime, a body double was used. Dressed in Jamal's clothes, he exited the consulate and walked through the streets, captured on cameras. A lie, carefully staged. But lies leave traces. Turkish intelligence released evidence, video, audio. The United Nations concluded the murder was premeditated and state-sanctioned. The CIA confirmed it, yet politics intervened. Under President Donald Trump, the U.S. shielded Mohammed bin Salman. Justice paused. Again. Flight records. After days of denial, Saudi Arabia admitted Jamal was dead, calling it a rogue operation. But the world was unconvinced. In 2021, President Biden declassified the CIA report. Sanctions were imposed, but not on the Crown Prince. In Saudi Arabia, death sentences overturned. The family reportedly pressured to pardon the killers. Jamal's body was never found.
Jamal Khashoggi was murdered. The evidence is public. The truth is known. But justice was buried with his body. This was not just a killing, it was a warning.